Hey everyone, I am Nick and welcome to my review of the 75380, better known as the Mos ESPA PodRace. This set is the newest set of the diorama theme, making it the sixth set in the theme. This set does contain 718 pieces and will be costing you $100 Canadian. The back of the box shows you the same thing as the front did, just in a different angle, and you also get the dimensions of the set, which is 12 inches long, and you also get a snapshot of the pod race on the bottom right. The side of the box shows you the front of the pod race, and it also makes it clear that this set is also a 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. But getting into the box is very simple. They want you to use the thumb tabs, but you guys know me, I do not roll that way. So I just simply cut around the box with a razor blade and dump the bags onto the table. Simple as that. After opening the box, you will be greeted to 6 numbered bags, 1 manual, 2 base plates, and 1 sticker sheet, and 1 bag that is unnumbered. After putting all the bags together, you are greeted to a great diorama set, and also a disappointing one as well. And I will tell you guys in a second why I think that. But first, let's take a look at the set. Going in with a first glance at the set, and it is pretty neat looking set. You got the 2 pod races that look really good, but for $100, I just don't seeing it being that good. Maybe for a $60 or a $70 range, but for a $100 range, it is not sitting well for me. But let's take a hold on the races and get back to them later. And let's take a look at the Tatooine background this set has. And I can't wrap my head around this not looking like a 2 polybag builds to make it the foundation for the racers. And not just that, it is just too dull for me. There is no excitement towards this set, it's just plain and underwhelming. My least favorite part about the foundation is that the arch they go through is just too thin. I think it would have been more better if it was more thicker and more detailed, at least for $100. And I wish they used more of the dark sand color they used on the bottom here, because I feel like it would have made it have more detail and it would be more pleasing to the eye if they went with that approach. But like in the other dioramas, this set does have a quote on it saying, "Remember, concentrate on the moment. Feel, don't think, use your instincts," by Qui-Gon Jinn. Speaking about Qui-Gon, this diorama set doesn't have any minifigures. So that is making 2 diorama sets not having any minifigures, and that is being the Death Star Trench Run. That I believe that was around $70 at the time. Even this set being like 100 piece more, I still don't believe it should have been $100. Taking a look at the micro scale pod racers, we have Anakin Skywalker in one of the pod racers, and we got Sebulba in the other one. And I really like how these racers look. I think Lego did a really good job on these guys for at least being in micro scale form. Starting with Anakin Skywalker's pod. And I find it really neat that they put these Lego skis on the pod, which I think they are at least. But besides that, I think these are a great usage for this part. I like how the engines also look on this micropod. I think they look really clean for this scale. And of course, having the purple laser being in the middle. And heading on down where Anakin sits is where some of the sticker detail pays off. And I personally think they should have been printed, but being a sticker looks nice. And I like how the sticker goes into the blue fin piece as well in the back of the race pod, and also just giving it a splash of color to it. Moving on to Sebulba's race pod, and the first thing you probably notice is that the engines are huge compared to Anakin's. I just love how they look in micro scale form. They did a good job here. Same with the front of the pod. It just pops out on how big it is, and it looks really good in micro form. I like the usage of the skate in the very front of the race pod. I feel like the stickers are not that helpful on this one. I feel like it would have looked better if they were printed, but I guess stickers do the job here. But like Anakin's, there is a purple rod in the middle for the laser. If you want to go where Sabula sits, you can notice that there is a little more detail for Sabula with pieces than with stickers, which I find interesting. Well, if you guys are wondering if Sabula's pod racer could fit inside the arch, well, unfortunately he can't, and that is such a disappointment that he can't because it's not to scale with it. But you can, I guess, put him on an angle and shove his pod in there, which he'll come out all busted, so it's not really worth it. So that is a disappointment. Since this diorama set comes with 2 micro pod racers, let's give it a swooshability test to see how swooshable they really are, to see if they break or not, if you could. So as you guys just seen, it is very flimsy, so that is why I'm giving it a swooshability test to see if you guys could swoosh these around. Starting with Anakin's pod racer, let's swoosh it around and see if you can swoosh it. So yeah, it is pretty swooshable. Let's grab the I guess the cockpit of the pod racer. So yeah, they are pretty fun to swoosh around. I mean, they do bend, as you guys can see. It's not very stable, like. So that might be your only issue with Anakin's. But let's give Sabula's one a test here and see how well his is. His is more heavier, so it is, I could see it shaking more. Let's give it a shake test, I guess. This is what we're going to call it. But yeah, this one's way more flimsy. Could probably, as you guys just seen, it fell apart in my hands. So yeah, do not hold it from the pod, at least Sabula's, but Anakin's seems fine, but Sabula's is way too heavy. And that will be my review of the 75380 Mos ESPA PodRace. If you guys like what you see and want to see more, just hit one of the videos at the end screen now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.